The first question I chose from the surveys was, what type of bread do you consume? Now, me being a celiac, I can't really answer this honestly, so I chose the next possible thing, which was the whole grain option, which is whole wheat only. Obviously, I don't eat wheat, but I do eat whole grains, and I make that choice consciously because I don't want to eat overly processed starches that you typically find in a lot of gluten-free foods. I feel that whole grains are always the best option because you get the full benefit of the grain. You get to eat the bran, the starch, the germ, every part of it, and it makes it a lot better for you. Luckily, nowadays, there's a lot of healthier gluten-free options out there. Breads made with whole grains, where before it was mostly refined starches. And this way I don't have to make it myself at home, which can be difficult to source the grains, but not only sourcing them, but also processing them down so I could make a bread or a cracker type product. The second question I chose was from the second survey, and the question was, do I include different colors in fruits and vegetables in my meals? And my answer is always. The reason why I choose multiple colors from my meals is number one, it's very visually appealing. It makes me want to eat the food and it looks good. But number two, I'm gathering different benefits from the different food groups. Each color food group has its own benefits. And those benefits, if you blend them together, completes a whole meal. Eating an array of colorful foods also is a good indicator that you're getting a lot of different nutrients and vitamins from the foods. If you just eat a plate of white foods, potatoes, starches, you're lacking other vitamins that your body actually needs and wants. The third question I chose was from the third survey was, I like the adventure of trying unfamiliar foods from different regions, cultures, and countries. My answer was always. As a child, I was a very, very picky eater, and I would almost rarely eat to the point where I was completely undernourished and very underweight. It wasn't until my later high school years and early college years that I actually became more adventurous and decided to eat more foods. I went to culinary school, so I was exposed to a lot more, and I was also a little more mature, so I knew there was certain foods that I should try, there's certain foods that I knew that I would like or that I didn't know that I would like. Later in my career, as a pastry chef, I worked in a lot of high-end restaurants and hotels, and I got the opportunity to experience very different cultural foods, and I grew to like the adventure of actually tasting these foods because you never know what you're going to get. And what's the worst that could happen? You don't like it, and then you move forward. Finding out that I'm a celiac has actually broadened my experiences with different foods and different cultures. For example, chibi bread, which is a cheese-based bread that's made in Brazil. It's naturally gluten-free and it's delicious, and it's a great substitute for sandwiches or even for snacks. I find it very important as well when feeding children to make sure to broaden their experiences with food and give them foods with that out of their comfort zone. Let them try and experience new things. It makes them healthier and it actually makes them want to eat more. Memories with my daughter are actually her trying new and different foods and being excited about it. So it doesn't hurt to try something new.